Hello friends and neighbors, we're coming to you today from Stonegate Queensway here on the one and only Stonegate. Why one and only, Mike? Because it's that dead-end street with no through traffic, burgeoning on the edge of the Humber River. You're getting that quiet serenity, that park-like setting, and that oversized lot here. We're 50 wide by almost 145 deep. You're gonna fall in love with the situation of this property set back into this ravine hill. You're gonna fall even deeper in love when you see that backyard, that privacy, that greenery you're not getting elsewhere. And you're gonna fall just romantically involved when you see this interior and you start to think about your future here at 23 Stonegate. Friends, this isn't just a house to look at online. This is a home to come and experience in person, because you're not seeing anything else like this, and you're certainly not going to feel anything more exceptional than 23 Stonegate. Let's start this tour. Coming inside, my friends, you almost have to shake off how beautiful that front yard is and actually zone in and focus on the interior. There's going to be a lot of excitement and distraction from the front yard, the backyard, this location, being so close to that Humber, everything that's going on Stonegate. But let's zone in and talk about this interior and how much opportunity exists within these brick walls. First and foremost, nice big foyer here, big closet, that's right, front hall closet already here, and room for the bench, room for the hooks. You could even build in another closet here. Of course, expansive elbow room. You're getting views up the stairs. You're getting massive views straight in to our main living space and even into our backyard as we cross right through our front hallway here. Original hardwood spanning throughout, in great shape. Bring it up or replace it the way you want to. It's always gonna be up to you. And here at Stonegate, it's really gonna come down to what do you want from this home? And speaking of this home, let's see some more. Check out the space here, my friends, in our living room. We have another living room slash family room downstairs at our garden level, which walks out to that main front area, that almost concourse feeling thing that we have at the front of the property that gives it that elevated feel, that real high level kind of detail that you get from a raised home like this that's set inside on a ravine property like that. So check this out. We got all this room for this oversized furniture. Set this up a million ways. Bring the sectional this way, bring it back that way, get the big screen TV up on this wall. There's even a way to turn this around. Because of this massive den space here, that's the work from home office. Parents, this is the mini kids kitchen that's set up for the toys, those big bins that pull out the books, the playmat area. You get my idea. Don't have to compromise here on that living room area, that TV watching setup, because you got all the room for the kiddie stuff, or that home office, or the books, the library feel. Whatever you're after, you're gonna get it in here at Stonegate. Not to mention, there's so much to be offered if you wanna take this to the next level and do an addition. We'll get to that point. Check out this dining space, really well set up here with that flow through our double glass sliders, taking us out to that monstrous, beautiful, green, lush yard, making you feel like you're out in the Hamptons or the Cotswolds or something, certainly not here in South Etobicoke, in the West End of Toronto. Guys, this is the showstopper, but we'll get there. Let's focus, please, on this dining room space. Room for 6, easy to extend into an 8-seater. You're just gonna pull that back, put a leaf in here, turn this around, do a bank up, do what you want. You can see here we have this wall. This is our kitchen. Now, a lot of you people are gonna wanna modernize this. You might wanna build out an addition. You might wanna renovate. Whatever you want, you got the situation to do it. Now start to imagine if this wall came out and this was all connected. We had an island here moving through into our kitchen space. Even within the footprint as it is, there's so much you can do. Come check out this kitchen. Galley style eat-in kitchen. That's right, eat-in. We have a big office space set up in here, but you can see, my friends, this is that big space for the round table, the banquette, that kids doing their homework, sitting, getting ready for school right here, right in the kitchen while you make those lunches. Whoever you are, it's lovely to have that sit-in area, even if you did a little love seat here so your friend could have a glass of wine while you're kind of prepping dinner for the night. Pushing back forward, we got this galley setup, which I really appreciate. Tons of that counter space on both sides. Storage, 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 storage. And of course, we got that view of that yard that has brought you here. We got more view on that side. We're getting lots of that natural cross light. You're getting that nature, that greenery, those eye lines, that texture in spades here, unlike anything else you've seen. That's why I'm telling you, you have to come down and check this out. So you may want to open this up. You might want to update this kitchen, but you don't need to. We have the dishwasher, we have the sink, we have a beautiful stove setup and a large neutral fridge. So you can use this as it is, buy yourself a little time. If you're not yet ready to do that full reno, you got a kitchen that is move-in ready, turnkey, get it going. Of course, if you're looking at the area and you realize there's multi-million-dollar homes here, we're right on the ravine, we got this oversized lot. What do we want to do? We really want to bring the bang. Well, call your designer, let them tell you what to do, because this place is just ready to go. Let's see some more. Loving the eye lines on this staircase, little bit of mid-century. Love these clean breaks that you're getting from the wrought iron. Now you leave it this way, it's got a lovely painted out railing, you got another window, all these little kind of classic details, or you modernize it. It's really coming down to who buys this place. What I can tell you is you got the space, you got the grandeur here, you got the built-in section for that big front hall closet all ready to go. It's really gonna be up to you what you do with it. Let's keep seeing more. Coming upstairs, believe it or not, the second level feels even bigger than that main level. Want to note, beautiful turn to this staircase, large second level foyer, more light, more natural light coming from these windows. I'll give you the lay of the land. To my right, we have a full family bath. To my forward right, we have a huge bedroom that's big enough for the king size. You got views of that yard. To my direct left, we have a smaller bedroom for a child, for an office, for that guest suite, but still really gonna do it. And then we got another huge bedroom to my front left that's gonna give you more room for another king size. It's almost feeling like two principal suite size bedrooms up here. You got a lot of form, flow, and function. Really excited to show it. Let's start with this big one with the views of that yard. Coming in right away, friends. The yard, the view. I'm imagining bumping this out. Big patio off the back. This is the principal suite. You've renovated, you put the bathroom in, the dream spa, you got the walk-in closet, and you walk out and this is your view every morning. And you're saying, hey, do I live in Caledon? Am I living out in the Hamptons? You're getting that. This is something special right here. All yours. Okay, back to the room. Huge bed in here. That's the king size. Double side tables. Look at the walk around space in here. Tons of room. Also easy to set this up this way, and you even push forward here. Let's reverse this. You see how much more room is in here. Room for a dresser, a big chair, and you got these double closets here. Nice and deep. Lots of storage in here. Gonna give you what you need to get it done as far as looking your best every time. Love this bedroom, and there's more to see. Coming through into our second huge bedroom, views of the front yard, the tree canopy, Stonegate itself, a gorgeous, one-of-a-kind, curvaceous, hilly street. Don't get me started, focusing back on the room. Room for the huge king size this way, my friends, also for the king size this way. These rooms have to be very similarly sized. You got a huge closet here, nice depth, and then you got two more storage cabinets just behind the cameraman right now. You can see we're using this as an office space right now, but look at double desks, tons of storage in these standalone closets, not included by the way, but you get an idea of how much space there is in here to make this your own. And imagine, this is just the current footprint. If you brought yourself and your contractor and your designer and your imagination to this, there's so much you could do to this home to take it to the top of Toronto pedigree. Coming in to the smallest of the bedrooms still, friends. Lots of times your realtor's coming in and they're saying, oh, it's the smaller one, but it's a good size. They're almost tripping over the bed. Not here. Lots of room in this space. You could probably even get a queen or a double right in this, have room for a desk and a dresser. You got a huge closet in here as well, goes extra deep. I can disappear in here. You got another view of that gorgeous natural tree canopy, that old growth you're not getting elsewhere, my friends. Look at that, and that same nice, beautiful, original hardwood in here. Buff this back, bring it up, change the color, leave it the way it is for the character, the grit, the detail of just the heritage of the home, or replace it all together and make it your own. It's gonna be up to you. Notice a theme here? All right, let's see this family bathroom. Coming inside our bathroom, similar situation to the kitchen. You can use this the way it is. It's that classic 50s bathroom. You got this beautiful kind of Manhattan style tiles in here, the original cast iron soaker tub, a nice clean stall. You got views of the yard, spot for the throne, a nice vanity in here with storage and pullouts. It's usable. You come in, you got this beautiful spot, you got this yard, you're in the best location, you run with it. Or you come in and you update it, and there's just endless possibilities here in its current footprint. Or if you want to bump this out, go to the city, get those permits, and really take this to the next level, then the world and the design magazines are your oyster. Love it, ready to go, or make it your own. Coming down into our garden level, first I'll let you know there's two entrances to this lower level, which makes this extra special. One, our side entrance. Two, there's a walkout on this through the garage, or you could even do another cutout door if that's what you're after. And that's because this is a true garden level walkout. It's not just a basement where you got the tall windows. It's actually exposed at the front, so the whole house pushes out, and it can actually feel like above grade square footage down here. A lot to be said about that. Coming into our lower level, this is the family room, the den. Love the original character down here. You got a bit of that painted out paneling, but the texture, you kind of want to hang out down here with your friends and have a cold one, reminisce, watch some old movies, play with the kids. It's got that family vibe. Of course, look at the expansive space here. If you wanted to amp this up and really do something special, turn this into a brand new den, playroom, TV room, it's gonna be up to you. You're gonna see this feels a bit smaller down here, but it's not. Why it feels that way is we have a whole built-in garage attached off that massive driveway, giving you all that storage and that inside parking so you don't have to clean your car off in the winter. And you could park your motorcycle in there or your scooter and keep it nice and dry. Tons of storage in there. You're gonna have to see that for yourself. What I love is the room, the space. Knowing too, there's a cantina that runs on this wall, and then over here behind this wall, we have our services, and you can see this could become one very large room. Of course, if you did an addition, don't make the mistake that so many people do and just float it. Do the full basement, really amp it up. You're gonna regret it in the future if you just do pylons when you could do a full basement and add to that lower level square footage. Believe me, you're gonna use it. What is included though is this new boiler. This is controlling the heating. Now, I get this all the time. I just had this with some buyers. They said, Mike, you know, radiant heating, we're not sure about rads. Well, here we have a low profile rad that runs in the baseboard in a really slim outlet, which I like. You're getting that nice efficient heat. Talk to your realtors, talk to your contractors. That radiant heat is much more efficient, and that's why we're seeing it used more and more. As far as the cooling goes, we have those ductless units upstairs, so this house stays nice and cool, not just because of the AC, but also because of that big tree canopy that gives us the perfect amount of shade in those hot months. My point though, we have a high efficiency system here that can be used, improved on, or run the way it is, and we have a cooling system in place as well. A lot of people get confused about that. Do your research. You're gonna find that forced air is no longer the creme de la creme, and a lot of people are deciding to go with these split unit systems and these hot water rads. They do wonders for efficiency. So back to the space, more storage and full powder room down here. Nice amount of space, closed. We even got a little kind of a window in here. Right now, there's an air conditioner in it, but you could see you could have some natural light in here. And this, just because we're on the topic, this little slim kind of baseboard piece here that almost disappears on the wall, that's where our hot water piping is, and that's where the boiler pushes that hot water through, creating warmth in here. So nice and toasty all through the house. Really streamlined design, and way better than those big rads that sit everywhere or vents that pop out everywhere, pushing that dirt and air around when you can have it set up like this. This is my preference. All right, Let's see some more. So a lot of people dream of oversized yard where you can have all that green space, all that entertaining space, and still room for a pool, or so much room you could do a tremendous amount of plantings and gardens, maybe even look into building a garden suite. You want the privacy, but there's also an exclusive feel to having a true large oasis, freedom on your own property, to take in nature, to take in the sunshine, to take in those quiet moments. And you don't get that anywhere else like you're getting it here at 23 Stonegate. Look at the privacy, look at the amount of blue sky, look at the depth and width that you're getting here. You got the same amount at the front, which is this tremendous amount of width, these gorgeous trees, everything set back, just so much elbow room. You feel so private here. And it's also reflected back here in this rear garden. Let's look a little bit deeper. So ton of space back here. This is where I can imagine, a pool, you build a fence, you still have a bigger yard than all your friends. And then beyond that security fence, you got room for that pool. Maybe you're not a pool family, maybe you just got pets or kids, or you want to do a huge addition and still have a massive yard. Well, you're getting that here at 23 Stonegate. You're getting it in spades. Just listen. Beautiful, quiet, serene, tall green, privacy screening all the way around. You feel like there's no neighbors here. When I say, are you in the Hamptons? Are you in Muskoka? Are you out in the Cotswolds in the English countryside? You really will feel what I'm talking about when you're here in the flesh. Now turn this around. Look at the size of this house. Got a beautiful house here. You can see it's brick all the way around. You got nice, beautiful windows, bringing that natural light. We also got lots of room to extend this property. If you get the permits and the permissions that you need, there's a tremendous amount of upside here for those of you that need a big family home. You can do it here. And how beautiful would it be to do that in keeping with something original to Stonegate like this classic feel, but then with its modern addition that adds a whole new level and a perfect fusion between older and new, celebrating Toronto now and then. Let's go inside and talk a little bit more about this location, why you got to come down and check out 23 Stonegate. So friends, 23 Stonegate. The moment you drive up this street, you wind through, you realize it's a dead end, you're not getting any of that through traffic. You take into consideration that just on the other side of the road is the Humber River and all of that ravine. But don't kid yourself. Just because you're not on that side of the road doesn't mean you don't have a ravine home, because the ravine starts a little bit back a ways. So you're built into the hill here. You're getting that mature tree growth. You're getting that privacy. You're getting that park-like feeling, and you're getting it all at an incredible price. The lot size, we're 50 wide here by almost 145 deep, and it feels a lot deeper, and that's gonna have to do with the setback from the street and the city-owned property, making it just feel massive in here. That backyard, that canopy, that size, it's really gonna give you everything you want, whether you're after an addition, a pool, just a massive backyard to throw the ball around, to let the kids and the pets run, you're getting it. And you're getting it with an exclusive private feel I haven't seen anywhere else in so long. When it comes to the house itself, tons of room to grow in here. That walkout basement, that garden level, really adding that extra level, that extra elevation. You got nice high ceilings down there. This house is really gonna lend itself to so many people who kind of want the best of both worlds. Move-in ready, turnkey, family home, but with tons of upside should you wanna do something down the road or do something right away. It is a blank canvas ready to be imagined. As far as location, Humber River, you got the trails down to that lakefront, so you're getting the best of South Etobicoke. There's a private trail that cuts through the park, goes right down under the Gardiner and brings you out to that lakefront. You can go all the way downtown in less than 10 kilometers, and you're Mimico, New Toronto, and all the way out to Mississauga on the other side, my friends. And you got all the grocery shopping, shops, restaurant, and entertainment that comes with living close to the Queensway, but being far enough away that, well, you don't actually feel like you're living in Toronto at all. For now, my friends, I've told you about the interior, the exterior, the location, why you have to get down here and see this place in the flesh. The only thing left to do is, well, come down and see it. Well, it's a beautiful day. I think I'm just gonna go in the backyard and just take in a quiet moment. You guys, you can do whatever you want. You just can't do it here any longer. So have to invite you to, well, you know, get the heck out of here.